new coming in right behind. We have got Rob Dubbin coming in shortly.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey there. Uh,
Great to be here
yeah, yeah,
on the
yeah.
stream.
Great to see you. I will do a little intro for you in one moment. But first, just to make sure everyone knows who the heck am I, I'm Lane Nooney. I'm the managing editor for ROMchip, a journal of game histories. We're an open access hybrid audience online venue for the publication of game history. So, for those of you who might be new to this stream right now, we develop, solicit, edit, and publish work across a range of formats from peer-reviewed academic articles, short essays, object lessons, translations, and oral histories. Second, we have no paywall, no advertising, no logins, no predatory publishing model, and that's all because of the work you folks do helping support us. And last, we are hybrid audience, meaning we're trying to build a big tent around game history. We're trying to meet people where they're at and have the conversation they want to have. We believe that you shouldn't have to have a PhD to be able to appreciate and enjoy and read and write for ROMchip. And so we are closing in, hopefully, on our $7,000 goal here. We're at 5.2 roughly right about now. There are tiers above that that we would love to hit, particularly tier 2 starts at 8,500. But basically, like all of our money, 90% of the money we take in goes to pay hardworking freelancers, writers, translators, copy editors. The more money we get, the more game history we can make. So please, if you are in a position to do so, throw us some change. And with that, it is my pleasure to bring on or to introduce now. He's already been on.
I've been a hovering face for
You've been a
some
hovering
minutes.
face here. You've been listening to me ramble. Is our next guest, Rob Dubbin. Rob is a writer, a technologist, an indie game designer whose career runs from Emmy winning late night television to experimental interactive fiction. Yeah, a longtime writer for The Colbert Report and The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. He helped launch their digital operations. He's contributed to a wide range of projects. He co founded Scripto, the collaborative writing platform born inside The Colbert Report. Now serves as CEO. Now serves as head of games as the company expands
That's right, not
in,
CEO anymore. I
into
fired
yes,
myself.
yeah. Later serving as CEO, now head of games, as Scripto makes the pivot into being a platform for helping in game development. And aside or alongside all of this work in media technology, Rob makes idiosyncratic indie games like Hover Gulch, International Jetpack Conference with Alison Parrish, and the word warping text adventure Earl Grey, and a whole a whole ocean of other stuff. And he co-hosts the podcast Secret Lives of Video Games. Rob, amazing to have you on. You will be performing for us today a 1 hour chat assisted game jam
That's right.
happening in ZZT.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to get out of here so you have as much time as possible to explain how this works, what's going on. But I just want to remind our viewers there is a $20 donations will get you into a raffle for something that Rob is giving away, right?
That's right. So I recently started a small indie studio with my friend Garrett Miller called Brainfruit. We have a new game called Star Friends. It was a Kickstarter campaign last fall. It's like a deck of cards, sort of like somewhere between apples to apples and wavelength. It's like a party game with a deck of cards, and we had it printed. It exists now. The Kickstarter decks are gonna like go out like Monday. Like the mythic moment has arrived.
Oh,
But
amazing.
we have decks now. We have actual decks of this game. So we're making one of those available in the raffle. And I didn't even tell you this, but there was like a higher tier reward in the campaign where you get like a cool T-shirt also, and as well as I don't want to like overhype it, but a sticker sheet. And the winner of this raffle will receive not only a Star Friends deck, but also a campaign exclusive T-shirt from our Kickstarter. Which maybe that waters down the exclusivity. I don't know. But I think everyone would agree that open access game history is important. And that the T-shirt is exclusivity is a small price to pay. So
Incredible. Incredible.
get some tickets. Let's fund this fucking awesome journal and the people who make it, in my opinion. And I'm ready to go.
All
whenever.
right, get me out of
So
here.
thanks for no, I
And
mean, that wasn't like asking you to leave your own stream.
I
I
gotta
wouldn't do
leave
that.
my own stream, man.
Okay.
I gotta get out of here because it's this hour is your show.
All right, thanks for having me. I'm excited to do this with
Thanks,
everybody.
Rob.
Awesome. Bye. Okay, so I think Lane's gone. ZZT, for those who don't know, is a DOS based game system from 1991 originally, created by Tim Sweeney, who remains at large. As head of the studio, whose initial costs ZZT funded, it was originally called Potomac Computer Systems, and with this release, it became Epic Mega Games. ZZT was shareware, so you could send Tim Sweeney some money in the mail, and he would send you floppy disks with more games for the ZZT system. I don't think I ever did that. And I'm pretty sure I never played those other paid games because, crucially, what shipped for free with the shareware version was ZZT's onboard editor, which had been used to create the commercial town of ZZT in the first place. So what you're looking at here is Tim Sweeney's own ZZT game made in ZZT. It uses the DOS ASCII character set for a sort of like graphical, almost like old ASCII art was sort of the aesthetic of this system. And so you could create a little space. ZZT itself was like a hard coded almost shooter where you would like get a torch and go into a room that was dark, and then you could use your torch. And it all used this sort of 8 color palette. It had these sort of stock enemies that also shipped with the system. But it also had this editor, and you could make a room. It had these sort of like yellow borders to show that it was like a work in progress. You could save your world. You could be like, "Oh, I want to draw in yellow walls or whatever," and then you would be making a world that this character could walk around the way I was walking around that little town. Anyway, if you'd found ZZT like I did on AOL, you could find, as I did, a thriving enthusiast forum where various pseudonymous screen names uploaded their own work made with the ZZT editor. And so it was on, no, we're not going to save that, on January 8th, 1996. Which holy shit, I realized as I was like typing up some notes like a couple hours ago was exactly 30 years ago. I uploaded my offering to the ZZT community on AOL, a game called Nuclear Madman. You're seeing it play out right now. Smorgassoft was my company, which everyone had, even if they were secretly tweens. So you can watch this little title sequence play out for a sense of my sensibilities at the time. We're seeing the U.S., Russia, and England and France injected them into space. Like I don't want to say it was ahead of its time, but will we object if that happened today? I'm not sure. And you could do with like ASCII art these little effects where like the world is getting smaller and the shuttle is going through space, and then spoiler alert, it is hijacked. And yeah, that is so you see my message to my peers on AOL that welcome to Nuclear Madman. This is a cool game. You know, in later years, I would learn to try to inscribe that message in the work itself rather than saying it explicitly. But can you blame me? So that was what I was doing. The Museum of ZZT is a sort of like modern day repository of a modern day repository of ZZT games from this era, which is great because obviously AOL doesn't exist anymore. The forums themselves are probably mercifully lost, but the Museum of ZZT actually did a beat by beat, in depth review of Nuclear Madman just a couple of years ago that like felt when I read it like a little like being at my own funeral. But like the point is that I was really working with the basic shit. Like this is the stock red key of ZZT. This is the stock ammunition unit of like ZZT. not not unlike a lot of other parts of Epic's catalog, is a shooter. You would get these bullets and you could sort of like shoot them at things, and you could program objects to respond to being shot. But again, this was very basic in terms of what ZZT ended up being capable of, because there was a standout ZZT developer named Alexis Jansen, who created a utility called the Super Toolkit, which effectively added 8 more colors to ZZT and used the editor's sort of anything eyedrop functionality to seed objects of every possible color for creators to use. So instead of the editor's sort of basic, you can see in the lower right hand corner that sort of like light blue, light green, cyan, magenta, pink, magenta, yellow, and white. You have the sort of darker versions of those colors. And then collectively, this looks a little more like it's saying something that it took a hack to get ZZT to this sort of 16 color palette of like a Pico 8. And it led to a sort of range of other options for like how you could do the sort of like quote unquote walls of your environment. Actually drawing a few game history threads together, because this is a ROMchip fundraiser. Alexis Jansen, who made the Super Toolkit, went on to become a designer for a little game called Magic the Gathering, which some of you saw Todd Anderson share a version of earlier, which I just want to say was made 1 year after Nuclear Madman. So I think we can all agree I had the prior art on that one. Anyway, with these new tools, the sort of aesthetic quality of the games people were making just went way up. So I'm going to show you quickly a game called Winter. This is Winter by the pseudonymous Myth, released 3 years post Madman in 1999. Already, like, this title screen is beautiful. There's some nice music. There's like a clear sense of style, even to the first screen of the game. And then you walk in and you're like, oh, holy shit, this is beautiful. There's a clear visual identity. The game has sort of like mist like puzzles in it, like this sort of like grand machine. Some of you probably know this already. Mist's real world identity turned out to be the great computational poet and friend to many in the ROMchip community, Allison Parrish. Um, and Allison and I randomly met as adults again and made the connection back to the old ZZT scene on AOL where we'd met, and decided that we should collaborate. And the result was, as Lane mentioned, a game called International Jetpack Conference. So I think you'll immediately see that I benefited from collaborating with the legendary Myth. You show up to this building. You have this sort of story, not unlike Nuclear Madman, I guess. So we made this game in 2014. So it was after we were both sort of like adults. We were no longer teens on a forum. But we had a sort of nostalgia for the capabilities of this little system and a sense of, I don't know, adventure around the idea that we should make something else with our sort of modern sensibilities. And the result was this game. As you can see, there are things falling out of the sky at this conference. And there's some birds attacking one right there. That lets you get into the conference where you can see the sort of like expo floor. And this is where you get into some of like the interactive objects of ZZT. Like I can walk up to this chemist and I can talk to them about the chemicals. We sort of implemented like a bump slash conversation system for this that just kept the dialogue there on the lower floor. And so you can walk around, talk to people. There's a jetpack salesperson, etc. You get the idea. With the rest of this hour, because I figured I would use about 10 minutes as a sort of like wind up to it, we are going to make a small ZZT game together, using, here in the ROMchip file, a little just like mise en place I made out of selected boards from Alexis Jansen's Super Toolkit. So I took those sort of nice looking walls and the objects and line walls, just things that we can use to make a space. But I also took the expo floor from International Jetpack Conference. And of course, I took the title screen from Nuclear Madman. I think, like, for the sense of scope, because we're going to do all this in like not a lot of time, the whole game is going to take place in one location, which we will determine together at like, I don't know, 2 to 3 different times. We'll see what we can get into like one location across a couple different times. I have not been paying attention to chat. That's going to change right now. If you are, if a improv show rules, if a location sprung to mind, put it into chat. We'll get some suggestions, and then that is where we will get started jamming. Thank you all for hearing my little history. Let's do this. Let's see. Okay. New Metal Madman, pretty good. I'm looking back at the chat. Yeah. Okay. So thank you to Obscuratory for pulling the Museum of ZZT retrospective on Nuclear Madman and quoting Nuclear Madman desperately wants to be a grand ZZT adventure with a massive scale to it. I'm sure I'm sure the implicit end of that sentence is very positive, and encouraging. Um, let's see. So, sushi restaurant, eggplant farm. We got some drawing a blank. I like sushi restaurant. I think sushi restaurant is really solid. So this is going to be a game about a sushi restaurant, and we can go to this kind of blank canvas which has nothing on it. And I think, like, to start, we'll just like do some basic stuff. So we'll have like a line wall that's like a, this if I pull this thing, it's like that eyedropper thing I was talking about. I can grab, like, almost like with a brush, anything on this and then sort of use it to draw somewhere else. I can do the same with a blank. So let's just grab this drab dray. Let's go to the blank canvas and let's do the outline of a sushi restaurant. We'll say that, like, this is sort of the basic footprint, maybe like this. And I'm just sort of like gray boxing it here. This will be the where you come in. This will be the kitchen, and this will be the dining room. I'm using a draw function that exists. So I can delete that, have this be the entrance, have the kitchen, have a couple of doors into the kitchen, maybe. Let's find like I'll close this back up because I can use like a flood fill with this boulder thing to take a sort of darker color. Go back to the blank canvas, which now is actually there's a flood fill function that you can use. And we can also place the player where we want. So I can put the player inside the restaurant to start. And then we can start to sort of come up with what sort of design we want for our table. So let's go to solid walls. Let's get like a nice like red tablecloth and draw. Let's see, like the tables will be maybe this sort of standard size. It's like not. I don't know if it's like is this. I'm not necessarily getting like nice omakase experience from this place. I'm getting more like everybody sitting at tables and they're like a little haphazard or something like that. Let's see, all the cutting. Yeah, exactly. Oh, elaborately designed revolving sushi. I like a revolving sushi idea, actually. Let's do that instead, like a sort of conveyor belt. So we'll do we'll make a system, and there is a thing in invisible let's see, what do we have? Fake walls. That's what we want. So fake walls are um sort of like they're textured, but you can walk over them. So they're good for things that like are going to be traversed. So we can have this sort of like conveyor belt here, and maybe it'll go back into the kitchen. And we'll go, you gotta, because of the relative size of the character sets, you gotta go double wide to make them look like the same thing. We'll open up, this is the anteroom. We'll say that you don't have a way to look into the kitchen from the entrance room just yet. And then we'll do like maybe like a different color line wall. Maybe like this sort of like seafoam. Um, Kind of around. And so people aren't necessarily, oh wait, hold on. That's going to be too close to our, let's move that up a level. Let's get rid of this so that we can do this. I even think that's one more. Yeah. So, it's like it's pixel-ish, right? Like you're using, it's like a tiled editor. You're um, you know, uh, uh we'll say that this is like a sort of staff entrance, and then we'll put seats like here, here, here. It's not quite right, but it doesn't matter. So, these will each be places where folks can maybe get what is coming to them on the conveyor belt. We can do a sort of inside track here too. And this is like maybe starting to it look like something where there could be sushi. And we can do like let's do an object. This is the where we can go to objects, which are sort of the most powerful entity in ZZT because they start looking like faces, but what they actually are is programmable objects that you can put a little code snippet into. So, like when I go to the International Jetpack Conference expo screen and I go to this character, this is a chemist who has these sort of like directional things that it tell them where to move. It's a loop that just has them move back and forth, which you might recall they were doing. This is a touch command that in plain text just says whatever you have in plain text after the touch command. This is telling a music object to make a sound. This zap command is very powerful. What it does is basically allow you to stack touch commands, and zap removes the top one and falls down to the next one. So you can have a series of touch commands that basically correspond to every successive time that you touch this object. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna, let's grab um like a brownish object like this one, and then let's go back to our blank canvas, which is no longer so blank, is it? And we'll place this, and we'll create a sort of we'll call this a seat. When you touch it, it will say um uh no sushi yet. We'll idle it, and we'll say zap touch, and then um we'll do another touch that says still no sushi. And then for now, we'll just end it there. Um, So our code is there. We can create another object without having. So if we want to copy the functionality of a seat, there's a command called bind. Let's just say it says bind seat. And that will mean that when we place it up, so we'll want to change the character, right, to sort of reflect the like ASCII identity of this thing, which I think is something like that. And you can have it use the same code while like looking physically different by just sort of changing the instantiated character that is associated with it. Let's see, where is our reverse? We want that one. Yeah. So, if I save the game, which you have to do in ZZT or you will lose work, um, you can exit this. It will drop you into the last board you were editing. Now we are the player. If I walk up to this seat, let's try to go to this one. It says no sushi yet, and then if I go to it again, it says still no sushi. And those are functionally the same object, so they say the same thing. And that's what we've done so far. Oh shit, I love seeing donations come in. That's awesome. Keep it coming. Thank you all for showing up with your open minds and pocketbooks to support this great cause. We are going to, I think, let's see if we can. Well, I don't want to play, I want to edit it. Let's go. Let's load our game. Let's go to. I kind of want to take. I want to make a kind of. I want to make a object that moves over the um over the conveyor belt. So let's actually just go to the objects. Let's get a nice piece of salmon. I think maybe this is a nice salmon color. Let's go back to the increasingly inaccurately named blank canvas. Let's put this here and let's pick like that. This looks like a little fit. This looks like more of like a whole fish. Let's see, what's a good sushi looking? Let's just go with this triangle. We'll call this sushi. And let's see. If it starts here, let's actually do this. Let's put it on this invisible wall. And let's give it a path that it can follow around the whole conveyor belt. So it'll go east 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's say 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 8. What did you say? 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 8, 5, 9. So the first thing we can do is set. There's a thing called cycle, which basically says like how fast, like how fast is this thing compared to other things. So if we say cycle 3 and we do those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we say end. What this let's save and then let's play. And this thing should start to move as we directed it over the conveyor belt right until the point where we stopped giving it instructions, and then it will stop. Yes. So Patrick points out in the chat that this is turtle programming time, and it really is. Like ZZT was not the first game system that I learned. The first one I learned was, well, I guess kind of basic, but after like Logo Writer was the first one that really was like, hey, you're going to use this to make a game, and the point of this is to make a game. And that was like sort of like kind of object-oriented cursor programming. ZZT has some elements of that, but it's literally like the programming language I'm using here is called ZZT-OOP, which stands for Object Oriented Programming Language. And it literally, the idea is like, this is like a bet on object oriented programming because you're literally, the things you're programming are basically physical objects in the world. So so does the path respect walls? Yeah. So these line walls will block movement. That invisible the secret passage, the sort of like fake wall we're using for the conveyor belt texture is you can walk through it. So if I walk all the way around into the quote unquote kitchen, where I shouldn't be, it'll say a fake wall secret passage. You can't avoid that. That's one of the sort of like, for all that ZZT was hacked to be like more sophisticated than its origins, there's some like hard coded stuff that will still happen. Um, but I can go over here and I haven't programmed for anything to happen yet, but I can join the sushi on the conveyor belt. Let's see. Is there a way to make objects ignore collision? Are there layers like something going above collision? So the answer is kind of like, you can do stuff like have objects destroy the item that is next to them, walk into its space, walk around it, and then place the same object where it just was. The line wall that we're using here is complicated for that because it uses that continuous connection logic to sort of auto tile itself as you sort of move through the space. And as it is, we have work to do, because we, I think, want to allow this thing to continue its journey. And in fact, I gotta say, um, let's see, what's the I do have like a ZZT reference because I'm not a great programmer or anything like that. But there's a, let's see, blocked. Um, if blocked. Yeah. Okay. So I think that what we can do here is say if not blocked east, walk east. And then loop end. Let's see, something like that. Are we doing like stacked? Are we? Because I think if we want to have multiple pieces of sushi that we're not hard coding, we want an algorithm for traversing the conveyor belt rather than a hard coded path through the conveyor belt. Let's see if not blocked east. Let's see if that works. And play. Nope. All right. Let's get back in there. The thing that didn't work was this loop command. Oh, that might be what we want. Let's see. Huh. Yeah, okay. So that's working. And we want to get back in there. You'll see I'm doing it sort of dumps you into the default editor when you're when you just want like the iteration loop on this is not tight. It's not like, it's not like Pico 8 where you can instantly run your code. Like it really makes you miss some of the quality of life affordances of more modern, even retro programming platforms. And oh shit, an anonymous $200 donation. Let's go. Listen, I love a big whale who loves open access game history. Thank you for stopping by here this hour and for buying 10 raffle tickets for the ultimate Star Friends package. So, okay, if not blocked east, walk east and do that. But if, let's see, if blocked east, we want to zap walkie. And then I think this is actually that. And if it is blocked east, zap walkie. And then we want a new walkie that says if not blocked north. Let's see if this works. North walkie. If blocked north, zap walkie. Walkie. East. If not blocked east. East. Walkie. And then if blocked east. Let's stop there and see if that gets us anywhere. And I'll delete this hard-coded stuff. Because if I can get this working, then we can sort of have multiple pieces of sushi moving around the conveyor belt, and that's going to be better for us. Let's see if it works. Huh. Okay, so there it goes. It's blocked to the east, and crucially, it did not work. It stopped. Nothing happened. So let's get back into the editor. See what we're doing here. Okay. So cycle 3, walk. Not block east, east. Then go back. I think maybe this needs to go. I think this needs to be east. If blocked east. North. No, we want to. If blocked east, we want to zap it. Otherwise, well, let's see here. You missed the sort of like syntax highlighting of like a modern platform with something like this. Yeah, I like these. It's the last 3 hours of the stream I see, so all the donations are especially welcome. I'm glad to hear that they're rolling in, and it just as a time check, it's 34 after the hour. We have 25 minutes to finish implementing this sushi bar, so it'll totally happen eventually if I can figure out how to make this sushi walk across a conveyor belt. Let's see if it's blocked east. Let's just try this. Let's try something really stupid. If it's blocked east, go north. And if it's you can't like select see if I have the syntax right here. So I'm not zapping anything. I'm just gonna play and see if this oh okay. All right, that was hold on. Right, it's not actually blocked there, so I have to load it. Go back to oh no, this is Nuclear Madman. Not now is not your moment. We actually have to enclose it. So let's take this gray line so that it is a closed loop. And if not by east, east. And you know what? Let's just do this. Let's make it fully enclosed. East, and then let's just do the stupidest version of this. If not blocked south, south. If not blocked north, north. If not blocked west, west. Do it again. Let's see what happens. Ha! So, okay, it's getting stuck after one. Self-ambulatory sushi is going to feel like such an achievement when we actually get it working. East. Not block south, south. Not block. Let's see. If it is blocked, What's it gonna do? All right, I think because I think this is gonna be hard coded, everybody. So we remember the math: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we're gonna go south a ways. That's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And then 1, 2, 3. So 7, uh, south, south, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. North, 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 and then start over. We save it. We play it. Let's see what this sushi does. All right. It's making a turn. Okay. It's going down. Looking good. Up. One south, too few. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. All right. South. Save it. Verify that it's working. Let's see here. Yeah, I think there's an else. I gotta say, it's amazing how much this can leave your head in uh one one west, too few. Uh-huh. And while we're testing it, while it's doing its run around, let's add that and then 1, 2, 3, and that should do it. Let's see. So it's going. Um let's see. Goes around. Here we go. Uh, I think we have a piece of sushi walking around the thing. So, um I think that because of the difficulty of hard because we my limitations have us hard coding the sushi, instead of using that blocked logic to try to compose a auto walking piece of sushi that we can reproduce, let's use the fact that we have a single piece of sushi. This is going to be a restaurant that only has one piece of sushi. And what's going to happen is when you go to the one of these, the goal is going to be to try to go to these seats um, uh, uh, and say, if not blocked south, then say no sushi yet. Um, and then is there an else? Is there an else? Else. Hmm. Let's see. ZZT else statements. Just gonna look this up real quick. Da, 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 da. Okay. So jump myself. No sushi yet. Um. Let's do it the other way. If block south, let's see if we can get it to say sushi. Um. And if not blocked south, not sushi. And we'll cut the zap for now. And we can leave that there. It just won't matter. We'll never see it. And we'll have to, we probably won't be able to bind anymore. We'll have to redo it for the other ones that where the sushi would be blocking it in a different direction. But let's see if that works. If I can get over there in time. Okay, so not quite. Not quite. Da-da-da. Let's see here. How are we doing this? I think I do it in Jetpack. Let's see if the past has an answer for me here. Oh wait, no. I want to use my existing. Yeah. So I have the Expo. Like this thing. If blocked east pick up, if blocked east put down. Oh, it's a single line. That's the problem. So it's got it. And pick up these are separate functions that then send it back to the loop. Okay, so that would have probably worked. Let's go back to our restaurants. So if block south, yay. If not block south, boo. We'll call that checker. And let's have yay say that's sushi. And let's have boo say that's not sushi. And end. And let's see if that does the job. And if so, I think we'll be in business. Nope. Nope. Not yet. Huh? Let's see. Block south, yay. If not, block south, boo. Is it? Let's see. How did I keep my lights on? Get it? Yeah. Oh shoot, we've crossed 6,000. That's amazing. Thank you for continuing to donate while I have been fruitlessly noodling at the sushi mines. That's so cool. Let's pick up, put down. Yeah, that's right. Oh, did I not? I didn't go back to the. Let's see. Touch. Touch. Okay. Yeah, these are signs that change when you pick them up. Okay. Back to our place. Yay, boo. So, but we need to go back to that. Oh, and the other problem is it's gonna no, this is a touch thing. And we're not doing a checker. It's when you touch it. We weren't doing that before. I was just doing it every frame. Is it possible? Is there a chance that we've done it? That's not sushi. That's sushi. Y'all, we have a working sushi detector. When I press it, it's not sushi. Let's see what happens when the sushi comes around. Yeah, we have sushi. That's right, chat. Ha! That's a sushi. All right. Let's get back to that editor. I think so this one can bind seat, but the other one is going to have to these ones are going to have to have different code in them to accommodate. And unfortunately in ZZT there's no like copy all the code or whatever. That's what the bind thing is kind of for. So we can well wait. No. There is a fucking thing we can do. Because we don't have to say south. There's relative directions in ZZT. And seek is a general purpose direction for the direction of the player, and op-seek is the opposite of the direction of the player. So we can use that logic, I think, to have this work at all the bound seats. And so let's test that theory. Oh, it'd be cool if I was right about something off the top of my head. All right, that's not sushi. That's not sushi. Oh, that's not sushi. That's sushi. Yes, we did it. We did it. So we can now chase sushi around a conveyor belt. which is basically 2/3 of what you need for a game. So all right, that's fantastic. I think that what we need now is maybe a couple other people at the sushi restaurant, some humans to flesh this world out. So let's make it so that here, for instance, let's pick a person. Let's go to objects, not to objectify these people, but they are objects. Let's take this cyan person. Let's go back to the blank canvas and let's select them. And this is got a name for this. I will take the first name that shows up in chat for this character. Come on, trigger fingers. Dan Rather. Great. So that's Dan. Touch. This is the journalist Dan Rather. And let's make that something that Dan says. This is the journalist Dan Rather. And let's give him that. I don't know why we do this idle thing. Zap touch end. And then when we touch them again, reporting live from the from a conveyor belt suit. No, if we go more than one line, it pops up that big long scroll. We want to keep it less than one line. From a lonely sushi bar. From reporting from a lonely sushi bar. Zap touch and touch. I keep missing my chance to eat. Zap touch and let's end there and let's see if that results in a conversible interaction with Dan. Oh, no, wait, no, hold on. That he's talking when we're not touching him, and that's not right. Let's see. What is that about? Let's see. Let's go back to the expo. It is now, by the way, we have 10 minutes left in this jam. So I don't think we're going to accomplish our 2 times a day goal for this restaurant. But that's okay. Maybe there needs to be an end before the touch. And then we zap touch. And then we go back to the loop, but he doesn't have a loop, so that's fine. Great. And cycle 3. And maybe this will work. Huh? All right, good. He's not talking out of turn. This is the journalist Dan Rather. Great. Reporting from a lonely sushi bar. Keep missing my chance to eat. And he keeps saying that. Amazing. Oh, we zapped it, so he's going to stop talking back to us. Okay. Let's not have him zap that last one. Very good. And let's see, we have what, 9 minutes left? I'm trying to think, do we want to be able to get the sushi? I think we probably do. So if you touch this thing, it'll say you get the sushi. I think there's a end game. Yeah. So if you are able to touch the sushi, the game will end. Um, and we'll have this become red. Let's see, fake. So it'll sort of disappear, I think. Let's see. I'm gonna cheat because I think this works. Yeah. You get the sushi. It becomes a thing. Oh, but it can't execute the endgame command. So it did disappear. But because we turned it into a wall, let's become red fake. Send ender. I think this goes like, how does this one work? Send. Yeah. Let's see. Send ender go. So it's like this, I think. Is that how I did it? Yeah. So back here at the sushi bar, we can have a little object that say 7 minutes left. Just for simplicity's sake, put it here in the corner. It will be very nondescript. It will be this little dot, and this will be ender and go, wait 3 seconds, and then end the game. So we'll still be able to have the sushi become to disappear. You get the sushi, it turns red, and then all right, so the end game's not working. That's fine. I think it's more important that we figure out a way to diegetically get you into this area. And so we'll do that. Well, let's leave that there. Get rid of it here. And let's put in a sort of door that looks like this. And we'll turn it into, there are like door like this thing. Door and touch. The secret door to the secret conveyor belt maintenance door. Ha, perfect. Zap, touch, and touch. You weren't supposed to know about it. Zap, touch, and yet you have persevered. Zap, touch, and touch. Surely this sushi should be yours. Zap, touch, and touch. The door crumbles into dust by this logic. Nice. And then we can wait. Let's make sure to add those little idols that I think are important for some reason. And then we can do a little character animation that has it turn into different characters. So let's see. There's like a char 7 char, and then an asterisk 15 7 char 15. I think die. Oh no, let's just do become fake. And let's give it a cycle 1 so it's fast. Oh, okay. 857 down to the wire. I see. Oh, we're at oh my gosh, we're at 6,148. This is amazing. But I just want to like flag to the ROMchip folks in terms of the lottery. Do you need to resolve that before my hour, or is that happening later in the stream or anything like that? Um. Oh, great. Okay, awesome. So I hope. Let's see. Let's just add a little something here. You get the sushi. And then let's send. Oh wait, yeah, we need to send Dan Boo, and let's give Dan a line at Boo that says, "I knew today wasn't my day," and then send ender go end. Let's see if this works. I think this might be a complete. We can get if this might be a complete, perfect IGF worthy game. All right, so Dan still complaining. We can detect the sushi, but we have to get past this door. Secret conveyor belt made in this door. You weren't supposed to know about it, and yet you persevered. Surely the sushi should be yours. Door crumbles to dust. All right. All right, I'm gonna be smart. Come around the other way. Ha! You get the sushi. I knew today wasn't my day. Game over. Press escape. We have done it, everybody. We have gotten the sushi in this incredible game that we have made in ZZT. Again, the commercial progenitor of Fortnite, of Unreal Engine for Fortnite, of the Unreal Engine itself. All of it began here in ZZT. It's a minute before the hour. So I think this is where I will stop. Thank you to the chat. Thank you for rolling with my inability to code an autonomous piece of fish and a conveyor belt illusion. We got there. We got there together. Thank you, thank you, Mr. Atondo. I do think we scoped this well in the end. It's such a I'm so honored to show up for this. I think that the podcast Secret Lives of Games is a free podcast. I think making game culture available to people, regardless of even a willingness to pay, just put it out there. Is it's important, and I believe in it. And so I'm so happy to be able to show up to contribute to this very worthy telethon with so many cool people showing off such amazing games. I've been able to dip in and out throughout the day, but more than free game culture, what I believe in most is coming in on time, and it is 9 o'clock on the dot. And so
You're
baby,
doing
I'm
a
done.
great job, Rob.
That's right.
So Rob, amazing. We are now at $6,149. That's almost $1,000 in 1 hour. We are now
That's right.
6,109.
Hell
Wow,
yeah.
did something just happen that I missed? Holy shit. Oh my god. Everything. Somebody left a note in one of these donations that just said Lane is hot. I'm excited about it.
Hey, way to go.
We are now at 89% of our 7K goal. Thank you so much, Rob. Also, is there a place that we can get our sushi game? Like, is there a...
Well, so there will be some follow up, perhaps. Maybe like see, we're gonna bring it to GDC. It's obviously it's a sufficient vertical slice.
Yeah.
I gotta say, if you wanna check out, go to starfriends.online. I'll put it in the chat. check out Star
Amazing.
Friends, the game that we're gonna raffle off. I really love it. It's a lot of fun. And it's like they're shipping it out on Monday. So if you order it now, it's not a plug. Like support ROMchip, but check it out. Like it's actually a good time.
Star Friends is great. It's a blast. You play it with your friends.
That's
You'll
right.
feel good.
I know.
All right,
Feel like a
Rob.
star. Thanks. I'm out.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna. So don't go anywhere, folks. We've got Kendra Albert coming up playing the Long Dark Survival Run Time Capsule Edition in one moment. Kendra, can I also ask you to look at your chat? I just texted you something in our single chat. But you're not going to want to miss that. For folks just joining, who am I? I'm Lane Nooney. I'm the managing editor of ROMchip, and I've been here for 9 hours at this point. And ROMchip is a journal of game histories. We are an open access hybrid audience online venue for the publication of game history. What does that mean? We develop, solicit, edit, and publish work across a range of formats from traditional peer reviewed articles, oral histories, object lessons, translations. We talk about everything from video games to board games, analog games, sports, and play. Second, we have no paywall, no advertising, no logins, no predatory publishing model. You never pay anything to read the work in ROMchip. And last, we're a hybrid audience. We're creating a big tent around game history. You can tell just because of the big range of people who are showing up to this fundraiser. We think nobody should have to have a PhD to be able to read or write for ROMchip. And so our current tier 1 fundraising goal is $7,000. We are just within almost $800 of that. That covers our basic operating costs. So like, yeah, my fingers crossed goal tonight is that we hit that. We keep another year of this journal running, but we would love it even more if we could get above and beyond that. We have a second tier goal of 8.5K. And man, 90% of the money we get goes directly to paying writers, translators, copy editors, web developers, just people, right? Trying to get by, doing great work. The more money we get, the more game history happens. So ROMchip is funded only by our fans and supporters. So if you haven't donated yet, I'm going to smash it in the chat. Please give it a consideration. And thank you for being here.